Like I said earlier, I came to see Mr. President as a follow-up to the recent developments in the country, especially in the economy, with regards to food security, and also with regards to the recent developments in the polity. And our engagement has been very robust. We touched on all the issues, and I'm satisfied, and I'm convinced that Mr. President is ready and has been doing his best and will continuously do his best in order to deliver on the mandate and see that Nigeria is out of the current situation and has improved and has gone to catch up with the rest of the developed world. Yes, rightly, as you mentioned, my trip to Morocco was for us to see how we could deepen and widen the economic and diplomatic relationships that the Kingdom of Morocco has with Nigeria, particularly with Gombe State being an agrarian state with 75 to 80% of our people engaged in either livestock or crop production. And Morocco being a very successful country in Africa that has succeeded in developing both livestock and crop production, we decided to go so that we see how they are doing it and we can copy best practices so that we come and implement and see that our own state and indeed the whole of Nigeria improves in terms of productivity with regards to agriculture and animal husbandry. And of particular note is the fact that Morocco is closer to the desert and therefore has issues to do with desertification and lack of rain-fed agriculture. But still, wherever you turn around in Morocco, you find that you have lush and green environment, and that is yielding positively, productivity-wise, yielding more than enough for them to consume and even export to the rest of the world. So we saw a lot of good practices, and I believe we've discussed with their business community, especially with regards to livestock production, and Gombe is copying. Gombe has gotten partners that will come and jointly work with us in order to enhance in productivity in our livestock subsector and also in crop production. Well, it's really a very unfortunate development that, like as you said, close to 2 years now after the foundation laying for an integrated institute development that comprises of a 250,000 capacity refinery and 350 megawatts power plant and a 2,000 ton per day capacity fertilizer plant, which was supposed to take off since then. But because I think there are some issues with the NNPC and also the partners that they engage or the developers, those issues really have strangled operations to take off. And in fact, it's part of the discussion I had with Mr. President, believing that once he steps in, maybe you will see activities back for the fact that petroleum and gas are under the exclusive list, and there isn't much we can do, and the NNPC is the only company that is supposed to handle anything gas or petroleum in the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And as such, the presidential intervention, which I came unthoughtful, will really maybe make the things to return back and activities will resume on the site as soon as possible. Well, we've been doing a lot with regards to insecurity. It's unfortunate that the whole of the North, and particularly the Northeast, which started some 15 years ago with the Boko Haram and the subsequent insurgency and displacement of people, we saw really the effect of insecurity. And now the remaining parts of the North, especially the Northwest and North Central, with kidnapping and banditry, which resulted because of cattle rustling and some farmer-herders clash. Gombe, luckily, is not part of those states that are on the front lines and that has had this effect of banditry and kidnap for ransom, at least to the extent that it is now in other states in the north. We've been doing a lot in order to ensure that there is security for life and property in Gombe, and the security agencies have been very supportive in that regard. The people too have been cooperating, and we are relatively secured, and will continue to pursue and ensure that there is full security for lives and property in Gombe State, and will collaborate with our brothers in the neighboring states, in the northeast sub-region and the wider north, to ensure that at least we are brothers keepers and security is restored back to normalcy, knowing fully well that insecurity is the cause of the current food crisis that we have in the country. Our people are peasant farmers. And the economic downturn, especially with the withdrawal of petroleum subsidy, means that the poor people cannot afford, to the extent that even food is a problem, talk less of agricultural inputs. And we feel that the best way to support the people is to take them back to the land so that they can produce what they will eat. And we decided to go that way because we want to reinvigorate the cooperative system in Gombe, because it helped a lot in the past. And in order to ensure that every person, including those that are really peasant farmers out there in the bush, really got direct support from government so that productivity will increase and the scarcity of food will reduce, and also the prices will come down, especially with the onset of the rainy season. That's why we decided to go that way. And I believe people are very appreciative, and by the grace of God, the harvest will be good, and I assure you that we'll double what we used to produce last year because of the recent intervention. We decided to engage in cassava production because cassava production is really easier for the people because it doesn't need a lot of fertilizer, and it needs less of water and less of supervision for it to germinate. A tuber could generate up to 15, 20 pieces down. So, and it doesn't take a lot for people to do that. So, and from that cassava, you can produce gari, you can produce alibo, you can use it even as casually to eat as a fruit. So people are really back to it. We've now so far planted about 500 hectares. Our target is to have not less than 1,000 hectares committed to cassava production this farming season. We're happy with the judgment. That's all.